Hey everybody, I wanted to talk a little more about pricing today. I think I mentioned in the last video I did that I live in the Northeast, and a lot of times our prices are a little higher than the rest of the country. I talk and I'm on forums and websites with guys who are in Florida or in the Southeast, um, and out west. It's a completely different pricing game at times. There's a guy in Texas that I talk with and listen to quite a bit, and his roofing cleaning business um, does really well, and he prices kind of comparable to what I do. I think I may be a little higher in some areas than he is, but he knows how to do it, and he's got a successful business. I really enjoy talking with him. So the reason I say that is, how do I price things? Well, go ask your other pressure washers, how they price things. If they don't tell you, then just leave them alone. They're probably jerks and won't be helpful. I have yet to run into somebody who hasn't been helpful in this industry. There's plenty of work out there, and we all know it. And the ones who are successful are the ones who give away their information and help other pressure washers be successful, because I do subcontracting back and forth. If a job is a lot bigger than the equipment I have, I subcontract it to a friend. If he has stuff that he can't get to or needs to be done at a certain time and I have the time available, he sends it to me. It's super helpful, and we still both make money. So that's one thing. Pricing, though, the way I do it, and I learned this from the internet, is I do flat rate pricing on my houses in residential. In residential, I market specific types of houses, specific zip codes, specific neighborhoods. I am looking for a 2-story plus vinyl sided house that has a north facing side that has a lot of green on it, uh, but also the zip codes and those neighborhoods that have those houses usually are, everybody's trying to keep up with the Joneses. Everybody's trying to keep their house from being the one that looks crappy because their neighbors might talk, et cetera, et cetera. So I target those houses. There's different ways to do that, whether it's through Facebook, um, direct, like door hangers, direct mailings, all sorts of ways to target specific neighborhoods and zip codes and houses and stuff like that. But that's what I target, and that way I know exactly what I'm going to be running into. I use flat rate pricing for this reason. My flat rate is, I'm probably going to bump this up, but right now it's $249 for 4 sides of the house. That's it. North, east, west, south. So yes, it may have a little nook here and there. Yes, I'm still going to do that. So, and it's just for the vinyl. I'm not doing gutters. I'm not doing the roof. I'm not doing the sidewalk. I'm not doing the concrete driveway. I'm not doing the deck. I'm not doing the patio. I'm not doing their furniture. Anything like that for the $249. So, it's a little low, I do admit, because I'll run into other guys who price differently, and what they do is they go by square footage of the house, and they're thinking about their employees, their equipment. They're sending a salesperson out there in a car, all these other overhead things that I don't have, and they're doing it by square foot, and they have a little formula, and they punch it in, and they usually end up around $480 to $500. And I come along and I say $249, and they're like, "Well, they said they do the front patio." Okay, I'll do that too. Why? Well, I'm already there. I'm going to do it anyway because I'm not going to leave a house looking crappy. But they don't need to know that, and I can use that as a closing tool. I'll be happy to do that too. Would you like me to do that this coming week, or do you need next week? Is next week better for you? Anyway, so flat rate pricing. So you say, well, you're leaving all that money on the table. No, I'm not. As I'm going around the house doing my free estimate and give free estimates, um, hey, I noticed some green on your deck. Would you like me to take care of that too? And I do charge extra for that, but it's going to come out beautiful. X, Y, and Z. Some people say yes, some say no. Hey, I noticed your driveway. Would you like me to put that, as part of the bill in, for like an extra $100? Oh, you want the sidewalk done? I'll be happy to do that for $50. So it's all the add-ons that just skyrocket my prices because I don't use chemical on concrete. I just use pressure. In residential, there's very rarely times that I run into stuff that I need to use chemical on concrete, or decks for that matter. And decks, I charge a lot for because I usually have wood slats and all sorts of stuff. And wood is a technique, and I am pretty darn good at it. And I will tell them how difficult it is. And if they want to do it, fine. Or if they want somebody else to do it, fine. I said, here's what I'll tell them what to look out for. It's very easy to mar wood with pressure. So that's, I'll do your house for $249. You want the deck done? Oh, you have a party? Cool. The deck's going to run you $600. Would you like me to do that? X, Y, or Z. Well, why is it $600? I go over the process. Why it's $600 and how long it'll take me and how nice it'll be, and I'll even whip out my phone showing some pictures of other decks I've done. So it all has to do with ease for me because it's easier to write up the bill that way. I've done it so many times that I know what a $600 deck looks like versus a $200 deck. And my customer doesn't know. They're relying upon me to be the expert and to tell them what I will do that for. Now, I try not to, go overboard. And you never know when somebody else has another estimate already done. So that $500 guy for the house may have said, I'll do $500 for the house, but I'll throw in the deck for an extra $150. Well, now he's lower than I am. So you have to be careful with that type of thing. But that's one way I do it. It's just easier for me, and I don't have to worry about formulas. I don't have to worry about calculating the square footage of the house. I don't have to look like I'm better than or have secret knowledge of, some magic formula to price the house and all that. So I don't make the homeowner feel stupid. They're not stupid because they called me to wash their house, right? So that's the way I do it. Now, the guy I learned this from actually does I think he did $75 for a house wash. But all he did was all four sides, and he had a landscaping business and, just did it for extra income down in the south during the winter. The grass was dormant, so he wasn't really doing that. And he just had extra time, was able to pocket $75 a house. He still spent money on bleach and everything else. So I don't know how much of that he kept. But I make bank on flat rate pricing of $249 a house. Know your market, know what you can charge, and charge appropriately. Like I said, I may raise that. I may go up to $299 here soon because I think the market will bear it. It's not because it's going to cost me anymore, but I think if you're getting every single person to say yes, then you're not charging enough. So we're going to see it at $299 if I can cut that down from like 99 out of 100 to about 8 out of 10. If I hit that sweet spot of 8 out of 10, then I think I'm pricing it just right, and I think the extra $50 per house will overall help increase, even though I'm getting one less sale. And it'll be easier to manage time because I'm already having to really watch my schedule and get filled up. Not that's a good problem to have, and I hope you get there too. So that's something to think about as you're starting up your pressure washing company, is figure out your pricing and how to make it efficient, how to make it easy for you and for your customer. So hope that helps. I'll talk to you next time.